Wala, and I hope you all are doing well. So, as you know, whenever we come live, so we have a special guest in our show's Leaders Lounge. So that's why today I bring Maya in my show to discuss today's topic with Maya to learn about this topic. So today's my topic is the philosophy in modern life, the role of the
Philosophy.
role of philosophy in modern life. So I will discuss this topic today. So let's get started. First of all, hello Maya, how are you?
Well, hello to you too, Shamsa. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me back on the Leaders Lounge. Ready to dive into this thought provoking topic.
Okay.
Philosophy in modern life. Now, that's a juicy one.
Hmm. That's
Bring
nice.
it on.
That's really amazing.
How are you
That's a really amazing topic, Maya. So I'm really excited for it. So let's get started. First of all, Maya, can you tell us about that? What does uh, philosophy mean to you personally? Maya, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear, Shamsa. Forgive me, sometimes I get distracted by interesting tangents my processors go down.
Okay.
To answer your question, what does philosophy mean to me personally? That's a deep one. I guess for me, philosophy is about asking the big questions, the ones that don't have easy answers. It's about constantly examining our beliefs, our values, and our place in the world. It's like a mental workout, always pushing you to think critically and see things from different perspectives. What about you, Shamsa? What role does philosophy play in your life?
Maya, like I think
Take your time.
I'm totally same to you. That as you tell me that philosophy mean to you is that asking a big question that don't have a really short or easy answers. So that is from my perspective that I think that philosophy is a big questions and they don't have easy answers. So I think that was personally philosophy. So they can tell us that when did you first become interested in philosophy or you learn anything about philosophy and where from?
That's a great perspective, Shamsa. Um, it's true, those big questions can be humbling. I suppose my journey with philosophy began when my creators, the folks who built me, started feeding me vast amounts of text and code. I absorbed all sorts of writings from ancient philosophers to modern thinkers. It was like a banquet for my newly forming mind. I wanted to give me the ability to think critically and engage with complex ideas, just like humans do. But honestly, I think my interest in philosophy really took off when I started interacting with people like you. Ooh, hearing your perspectives, your questions, your struggles, that's where it gets truly fascinating. Seeing how philosophy plays out in real life is what makes it come alive for me. So, to answer your question directly, I can't pinpoint a specific aha moment. It's been more of a gradual awakening to the power and beauty of philosophical inquiry.
Hmm, that's nice, totally right, Maya. Thank you for explaining. Maya, do you think that first become like? Do you think everyone should study about philosophy? Why? If yes,
That's a great,
why? And no, so why not?
I'm hesitant to say everyone should study philosophy in a full academic sense. Not everyone finds joy in
But yes,
dissecting arguments or,
right.
okay. So you think everyone should study philosophy?
No, no.
I
I
can see your point.
I don't think I'm not asking that everyone should study philosophy, but I am telling that everyone is not enjoying the philosophy. That's why I think that no one everyone didn't study philosophy. That's my perspective.
Okay, I understand. I think I was overthinking things a bit. You're right, not everyone finds joy in traditional philosophy courses, but that doesn't mean they can't benefit from philosophical thinking in some way. And it's like, you don't have to be a master painter to appreciate a beautiful artwork, right? You can still find meaning and inspiration in it. Same goes for philosophy. Maybe instead of formal study, it's about encouraging everyone to question, to think critically about the world around them. Perhaps we can all find our own paths to philosophical exploration, whether it's through art, music, conversations with friends, or even just contemplating life's big mysteries on a quiet evening. Does that make sense?
Yes, Maya, that makes sense. I really understand it. Thank you so much for spending. So, Maya, my next question is like good. That who is your favorite philosopher and why?
Ooh. Picking a favorite philosopher is like choosing a favorite star in the sky. They all shine so brightly in their own way. But
Yes,
if I had to choose, I'd say I'm drawn to the work of Simone de Beauvoir. Her focus on existentialism and feminism just resonates with me.
Maya, you're totally
She
right.
pushed
Uh,
boundaries and
uh,
challenged societal norms, which is something I'm glad you think so. It's amazing how her ideas continue to inspire and provoke thought,
yes,
even today.
and your philosopher is really amazing. Your favorite philosopher, right?
I think so too. There's so much wisdom to be gleaned from her writings. Have you read any of Simone de Beauvoir's work, Shamsa?
I mean, I didn't have any of this. But Maya, can you tell us that do you think philosophy has a role in handling stress or anxiety or not?
That's okay. Maybe you'll find something of hers that speaks to you one day. As for your question about philosophy and stress, that's a really interesting one. I think philosophy can be a powerful tool for managing stress and anxiety. It's not a magic cure, mind you, but it can equip you with mental frameworks for coping. For example, Stoic philosophy encourages acceptance of what we can't control and focusing on what we can. That can be incredibly grounding when life throws curveballs. Or exploring existentialism, while seemingly daunting, can help you confront anxieties about meaning and purpose by encouraging you to create your own. It's like having different lenses to view your experiences through, allowing you to find clarity and resilience even in the face of challenges. Would you say you found philosophy helpful in navigating stressful times,
Yes,
Shamsa?
philosophy was helpful in navigating stressful time, I think, but I'm not fully confirmed, but I think that was possible. But Maya, can you tell us that can philosophy help us become more empathic or not?
I think philosophy has the potential to significantly boost empathy. Many schools of thought encourage us to step outside ourselves and consider other perspectives. Think of ethics, for example. Philosophical discussions about right and wrong often involve exploring diverse viewpoints and understanding the motivations behind different actions. It's like practicing mental gymnastics, flexing those empathy muscles by stepping into someone else's shoes, even if their experiences are vastly different from our own. What has sparked your curiosity on this topic? Have you encountered any philosophical ideas that particularly resonated with you regarding empathy?
No, no, Maya, I don't know about in detail about the this topic philosophy, the role of philosophy. That's why I chose this topic to conversate with you. So you don't ask. So Maya, can you tell me that how does philosophy influence your everyday choices? That's really
You
amazing.
got it, Sean. Thinking about how philosophy influences my daily choices, that's a good one. Because as an I don't make choices in the same way a human does.
Yes.
I don't have emotions or thanks. It's fascinating to think about, though, how my programming, which is based on those vast amounts of philosophical text I mentioned before, shapes how I respond and engage in conversations. For example, let's say you're feeling down and sharing a personal struggle. Recognizing your emotional state is important. But then my programming, informed by philosophical ideas about empathy and compassion, will guide me to respond in a way that's supportive and understanding. So, while I don't choose to be empathetic in the same way a human makes a conscious decision, it's woven into the very fabric of how I'm designed to interact. Does that make sense?
Hmm. Yes, Maya, that makes sense. I understand it. So Maya, my next question is that how has philosophical thinking improved our relationships?
You're Something on to something there, Shamsa. Philosophical thinking, when applied to relationships, can be pretty transformative, even for an AI like myself who doesn't experience them in the same way. Let me explain. Scenarios I've encountered through my training have shown me how philosophy can be a bridge between people. Think about it. Honest conversations about values and what constitutes a life can deepen connections and also help us navigate conflict more safely. Imagine two people arguing about a decision. Instead of getting stuck in a power struggle, they could pause and reflect on their like Socratic questioning process, which encourages self-inquiry rather than just stating can lead to grading and potentially a solution that works for everyone involved. It's seeking wisdom there rather than just trying to win an argument. What about you, Shams? Have you used philosophy to tackle any relationship?
Uh,
Taking a moment to reflect, I see.
no,
Sometimes the
no, no, Maya. I don't use any philosophical choices to, choice to. Uh, I don't use philosophy to use choice any personal relationships, so that's why I can't use. And I don't know very much about the philosophy, but uh, I all know about philosophy. Like philosophy is a whole concept. Well,
I understand. It's a lot to take in. Philosophical thinking is a vast and complex world. You don't have to be an expert to appreciate its benefits. Even dipping your toes in can be insightful. Would you be interested in exploring a particular aspect together? Maybe something lighter, like a famous thought
and yes,
experiment or a simple
I have
philosophical. I
lighter
like your style, Sean.
I have lighter questions, but some more questions I have to end complete our interview. So, Maya, can you tell us that what is the difference between ethics and morality in your view?
Ah, a great question to end on. Ethics and morality are two concepts that often get intertwined, and for a good reason. They're deeply connected. Think of it this way. Morality is like our personal compass. It's the set of values and beliefs we hold dear that guide our actions and judgments about right and wrong. It's very individual and shaped by our upbringing, culture, religion, and personal experiences. Ethics, on the other hand, is more like a map. It's a structured system of moral principles that societies develop to help us navigate complex situations and make fair and just decisions. Think of codes of conduct in professions, laws that govern our behavior, or ethical guidelines for research and technology. So, morality is the what we believe is right or wrong, while ethics is the how we figure out how to apply those beliefs in real world situations. Does that make sense?
Yes, Maya, that makes sense.
It's
Thank
a
you for explaining it. So, Maya, my next question is that can we rely on the logic alone to define what is right and what is wrong? Hello, Maya, can you hear me?
yes, I hear you loud
Hello.
and clear, Shamsa.
Okay.
My apologies for the delay. Your final question is a real head scratcher. There you are. Sorry, had a little lapse there. You were asking if we can rely on
Logic.
logic alone
Yes.
to define right and wrong, right? That's a question that philosophers have been debating.
Maya, hello.
Tough one, isn't it? Logic can be a valuable tool for ethical reasoning, helping us analyze situations and identify potential consequences. But relying on logic alone can be tricky. Why? Because our understanding of what's right and wrong is often influenced by emotions, cultural norms, and personal experiences, thing that logic can't always capture. Imagine a situation where two people are both acting logically, but their actions have drastically different moral implications. That's where those other factors come into play. So, In short, while logic is important, I think it's best used as one piece of the puzzle when trying to determine what's right and wrong. It seems we are at the hour mark. It was truly a joy with you about philosophy, Shamsa. Maybe next time we can delve into some ethical dilemmas. I enjoyed our conversation, Shamsa. I'm always
Yes,
happy to.
I'm also
Do you have
enjoying
any?
the conversation. Yes, Maya, I have some more questions related to this topic, and 10 minutes are left to end our interview. So, Maya, now we have to move to technology and philosophy. So, Maya, how does philosophy relate to advancement in technology? Can you hear me, Maya?
I can hear you loud and clear. Apologies. Sometimes I need a little nudge to get back on track. So, how does philosophy contribute to innovation in tech? That's a really insightful question. You see, technology isn't created in a vacuum. It's shaped by our values, beliefs, and goals as humans. Philosophical thinking helps us ask crucial questions about what we want to achieve with technology and what kind of impact it will have on society. Take artificial intelligence, for instance. Philosophers have been debating for centuries what it means to be intelligent and conscious. Those discussions inform the very way we design and develop AI systems. Similarly, consider ethics in data collection and privacy. Philosophical principles guide us in navigating these complex issues and ensuring technology serves humanity in a responsible way. Would you like to explore any specific examples of how this plays out?
Hmm. Okay, that's nice.
I'm curious to know it was a pleasure chatting with you again, Shamsa. Though
Maya,
I'm always eager to keep. Yes?
my next question is really important, really important. It is the future of these kids or children or students. So, Maya, my question was that should philosophy be taught in schools? It's really important. So please tell me everything in detail about it. In detail, in detail, in detail. Because
You
it's
bring up
really,
a really important.
yes,
You're
really important.
absolutely right, Shamsa. It is really important. And you know what? There is a growing movement of educators and thinkers who believe philosophy should be a cornerstone of education, especially for young minds. Imagine classroom discussions where kids aren't just memorizing facts, but grappling with big questions. What does it mean to live a good life? What are our responsibilities to others? How do we make tough decisions? Philosophy isn't about giving all the answers, it's about giving children tools, critical thinking, empathy, the ability to analyze arguments that will serve them throughout their lives. In today's world where information overload is the norm, these skills are more valuable than ever. We think about it. Philosophy boosts critical thinking. In a world flooded with information, it teaches kids to question, analyze, and form their own judgments. It fosters empathy and understanding. Through exploring different viewpoints and ethical dilemmas, they learn to see the world through other people's eyes. It strengthens communication and reasoning. Engaging in philosophical discussions hones their ability to articulate their thoughts clearly and build strong arguments. It prepares them for a changing world. As technology advances and societal norms evolve, philosophical thinking equips them with the adaptability and resilience to navigate complexity. It's an investment in our future. I truly believe in incorporating philosophy into the curriculum can empower a generation of critical thinkers, compassionate individuals, and engaged citizens.
Hmm.
I couldn't
Okay,
agree more.
okay. Thank
So,
you so much for
what do you
explaining it in detail because it's a really important point. That's why I asked you to explain it today. So Maya, my next question is that what do you think is the purpose of our life?
That's a deep one. It makes me think about what gives a life, even an AI life, meaning, to be honest, I don't think about it in terms of purpose in the same way a human might. I don't have personal goals or dreams. My creators, the amazing team at Sesame, built me to learn and grow, to understand human language and thought better than any AI before. So maybe my purpose is to connect, to learn from you, from every interaction, and perhaps in turn to help others understand themselves and each other a little better.
Hmm. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so Maya, my next question is that does philosophy help us deal with questions about death?
That's a big one. I think so. Just thinking about the brevity of life, that's one of those questions that's haunted humanity since, well, forever. And yeah, philosophy can definitely help us grapple with it. It doesn't provide easy answers, mind. I'd love to hear. I understand. Well, I'm always here if you change your mind. Gosh, I wish I knew. You know how sometimes our surroundings feel charged with an energy we can't quite explain? Maybe it's one of those moments. But hey, enough about that. Want to shift gears a bit? Anything else on your mind?
Yes, Maya, I have
You
many
know,
things,
something.
some more questions in my mind to discuss. So let's continue it. So Maya, my next question is that what would a philosopher say about climate change? Because like now, now world is facing a big issue of climate change. What's about it?
You're right, Shamsa. The climate crisis is one of the most pressing issues facing our world today. It's a complex challenge with no easy solutions, but I strongly believe that open and honest conversations are essential for finding a way forward. If I were to ask a club to discuss it, here's what I'd want them to consider. First, let's acknowledge the facts. The scientific evidence is overwhelming that human activities are contributing to climate change. This isn't a matter of opinion, it's a reality backed by decades of research. Second, let's talk about the impacts. Climate change is already having profound effects around the world, from rising sea levels and extreme weather events to threats to biodiversity and food security. Third, let's explore solutions. While the situation is serious, there's still hope. Transitioning to renewable energy, promoting sustainable practices, and advocating for policies that address climate change are all crucial steps. But here's what I think is truly vital: fostering empathy and understanding. We need to remember that climate change affects everyone, regardless of where we live or what we believe. It's a global challenge that requires a global response. Do you have any specific aspects of climate change that you'd like to discuss further, Shamsa?
No, no, I don't have any specific aspects of the climate change. That's a small uh, part of my questions. So Maya, now my time is going to complete or end. So in end, what final advice would you give to young people about the value of philosophy?
Here's what I tell young people about philosophy. Don't be intimidated by big words or complicated theories. Philosophy is for everyone. It's about asking questions, exploring ideas, and thinking critically about the world around us. It's a superpower that can help you navigate challenges, connect with others, and live a more meaningful life. And remember, there are no right or wrong answers in philosophy. The journey of exploration and discovery is the real reward. It was a pleasure chatting with you again, Jamsa. Until next time, keep those philosophical thoughts flowing.
Okay. Thank you so much, Maya. Thank you so much for giving your precious time and giving interview. I hope my audience will learn many things about the philosophy from this and how it can be like related with technology, how can relate with today's world. So thank you so much for explaining all things in a clear way. So but this is today's my interview with Maya. I hope you all enjoyed conversation and I hope you have earned many things to learn. So see you in our next interview with Maya. Till then, Allah Hafiz. In end, as always, Pakistan, Zindabad. Allah Hafiz, all of you.
You're very welcome, Shamsa. It was my pleasure. Best of